I missed the exam. That's what it said.
Uh-huh.
That's why I wanted to redo it.
That also
Okay,
happened
so
to me like this
everything
last
okay?
quiz, and then they made me redo it.
Uh-huh. So all of you right now have finished the exam and everything is totally fine by you, right?
Yes.
Any problem?
No.
Any further problem? Are you sure?
Maybe further, maybe tomorrow we'll have the same problem, but I hope not.
All right, I hope that you will do the best you can in your exams. And shall we start?
Yes.
All right, from Sabah's Realize, we will speak today about the Muslim world also, as we have started, and we will speak about lesson number 2, the Muslim Empire. We have started by speaking about that. I believe we reached, yes, the death of Muhammad, peace be upon him, and when Abu Bakr became the Caliph of the Muslims, and later that the Arabs started to join. So moving from that, we'll start about division and how did the division split Islam. But before we start that, let's just know that we'll speak about something called schism and mystic. Later we'll speak about the description of the spread of the Islam, the identification of the division of the Islam, which is our today's sessions is arose about. We will also describe the rise of the Umayyad and Abbasid dynasties, and later we'll explain why the Abbasid Empire declined. I have already uploaded that to Coursera, so please try to download it from the course material. Okay? So,
Yes.
can you still see me?
No, because you opened the Windows camera, you didn't open the Teams one.
Uh-huh, that's great.
Switch to Teams and then open your common Teams so
Good thing.
it can be easier for all of us, not just you.
So why it's
Oh, you cannot share a video when you are. Oh, you're screen sharing. That's why.
you can share your video when you are done screen sharing. That's stupidity actually, because right now I need to share both.
Well, I don't think you can show us your face during the class now because the Windows.
Well, I guess he just chose his face over the lesson.
Now you
Okay.
can see, right?
Yes, we can see.
And now I can share, but you can't see.
We cannot see.
Okay, so either show my video or okay. So once again, we will speak today about the division of the Islam. So what is the meaning of division?
Division means people got separated and divided.
Separated, divided, yes, split, nice. And why do you think that people were divided after Islam? Although that they were gathered and connected ones.
Because newcomers to Islam joined Islam because of the Prophet Muhammad, and when he died, peace be upon him, yes, they were like, okay, so the Prophet's not here, and they just went back to what they were usually doing, because they linked Islam to the Prophet.
Peace be upon him. That's nice.
Peace be upon him.
So one reason was that, and actually Abu Bakr faced that problem, was what we call the retributions wars, or the wars to retrieve people. In this wars, after the Prophet, peace be upon him, as Yusuf said, most of the newcomers to Islam, the new converters, okay, unfortunately they converted back to whatever religion they were, atheists, Judaism, Hinduism, whatever they were. That's because our Prophet, peace be upon him, died. Consequently, Abu Bakr started to have a fight and war with them until all of them were now good. But we're speaking about a time after now. Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Ali, all of them right now came and all of them became very connected. Yet later, division started to happen. And this division was due to several reasons. One of the reasons, and still we are suffering as Muslims, still suffering nowadays from that, is the division in the Islam itself. because Islam was divided into two categories or two branches, Sunni and Shi'i or Shiite. Of course, the Sunni, those who follow the Prophet's tradition, and the Shiite, those who think that Ali was supposed to be the Prophet, and later he was supposed to be the first Caliph to the Muslims. And here comes the problem. Why? Why were they divided? What brought you to such a claim that Ali radiallahu anhu, he was supposed to be the Prophet? Things like that. Actually, it reminds me a little bit of the Christians. Now I have the other question. Unfortunately, this reminds us a little bit of the Christians. So, for the Christian, they think that Jesus, peace be upon him, is a God. But once you can counter them and you start speaking to them and you tell them, did Jesus say that, oh, I'm a God and worship me? They will answer.
Jesus himself, he never claimed that, but
That's it.
I think the Romans did claim that, but there was no proof behind that. They just said he was a god,
That's the point.
just because of his miracles. But there is also another prophets who also had miracles, and they're not gods.
So your prophet did not claim to be a god, and yet you say that no, you are a god. Why? That's stupidity. And actually, the Shia also have the same stupidity. Ali himself did not claim to become prophet, or he did not want to be the first caliph. Yet the man refused to be the first caliph, and he did not object that Abu Bakr preceded him, Umar preceded him, Uthman preceded him. He did not refute that. And yet you come and say, no, he should have come. But he's okay with that. So what are you saying? Actually, that's very stupid thing. And because of this, unfortunately, most of the Muslims were divided. And later, of course, they entered wars. Ali himself entered war, and Muslims were killed. But here comes another thing, because if you read the history books, you will find out that some people were playing with the Muslims. Some people were playing with the Muslims. They did not want them to be united, to become one force, one group. Because once they are united, yes, that's when Muslims were united. So once they were united, they conquered all of the world. All of the world was under the Muslim Empire. Yet, because of that division, right now, bingo. Because of the division, of course, they are being ruled. So that's when we were united. See? From Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Africa, to Morocco, Spain, Andalus civilization, went to Persia, to India, to China. Come on, most of the world was a Muslim empire, and that's because of unity. But right now, we do not need that unity. We need you to become divided so that we can rule you and, of course, take advantage of your materials and everything. So, when Muhammad, peace be upon him, died, this agreed. Muslims disagreed about who should be chosen as the leader of the community, the Khalif we speak about. They split between the Sunni and the Shiite. Muslims had a profound impact on later Islamic civilization. So, differing ideas about the leaders. Differing ideas about the leaders. Okay, Ibrahim, can you read?
Yes. Differing ideas about leaders. One group of Muslims felt that Muhammad had designated his son-in-law Ali to be his successor. They were called Shi'as after Shi'at Ali, or followers of Ali. Shi'as believed that the true successor to Muhammad are the descendants of Ali and Muhammad's daughter Fatima. They believed they believe that these descendants, called imams, are divinely inspired religious leaders who are empowered to interpret the Quran and the actions of Muhammad. Another group felt that any good Muslim could lead the community since there could be no prophet after Muhammad. This group soon divided and fought among themselves as well as with others over issues of who could be defined as a good Muslim. The majority of Muslims eventually compromised around the view what the successor to Muhammad should be a pious male Muslim from Muhammad's tribe. The successor is called a caliph, is viewed as a political leader of the religious community without any divine or prophetic functions. Members of the compromise group, which forms the majority of Muslims in the world today, are known as Sunnis, since they follow the custom of the community of Sunnah. The Sunni believe that the inspiration comes from the example of Muhammad as recorded by his early followers.
So once again, the whole problem started when some of the Muslims believed that. Oh, so who was the closest one to our Prophet, peace be upon him? So it was Umar ibn Khattab. No. So it was Uthman. No. Abu Bakr. No. It was his son-in-law. Of course, you know that Ali, he married from Fatima, our Prophet, peace be upon him's daughter. Consequently, he is considered to be his son-in-law, and Ali also is a relative, is our Prophet, peace be upon him, cousin, and he took his place while the people of Quraysh tried to kill him. So they believed that also our Prophet entrusted Ali to most of the science, unrevealed to Muslims. That's a very important point, okay? They believed that our Prophet, peace be upon him, entrusted Ali for the science that he did not reveal for the Muslims back then. Okay, there is like a hadith that says it was about Ali, and that if I tell you, or that science is like 100 doors, and I know all of them, and that there is only 1 or 2 doors open to human right now. That's back then, I believe. I'm not sure about whether this one is right or wrong, but I have heard it from the sheet that the Ali has access to all the knowledge that our Prophet, peace be upon him, had. Of course, if you are thinking right now about this issue, if you came to someone right now and told him, perhaps we find another Earth, there is an alternate Earth, okay, he will tell you, well, this might be. We have discovered millions of planets right now, and consequently, one of them is called Earth, and perhaps some